love to see what we're dancing to that in the background. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Good morning
Come
and
on,
welcome
you
to
Spurs.
That's it. Good morning and welcome to Tantrum. Let me get the teeth in. Good morning and welcome to Tottenham Tantrum Gold, your home, your classic games, content, and debate. This morning we've got a classic. We've got the second leg of the UEFA CUP run of 8-3-8-4 against the mighty Bayern Munich. They were the only West German side left in the competition at this point. Because Spurs put them out, and it would be the first time in history that no German side has been left in any European competition for the first time in history. They had the great Rummenigge and his brother Michael Rummenigge playing for Bayern Munich, but we had the mighty Archibald Hoddle and the rest of that great 83-84 UEFA Cup winning side. Next to me is the man that was there. He was the man orchestrating that winning side. He was Birkenshaw's third right-hand man. It's my mate, your mate, Cooper. How are you this morning, Cooper?
Doing really well here, thanks, Dermot. Looking forward to this one. I remember this game. I didn't get to this game, but I remember watching it on TV.
Yeah. I think it was great was it John Motson or Brian Davis that did the commentary for this?
I couldn't answer you, mate. I really couldn't. I've got a feeling it might have been Brian Davis, but I'll have to check it.
I used to love his commentary, actually, more than John Motson, to be honest with you.
Oh, you can't beat a bit of Motti, though.
No, you can't, though. No. Should we get the game up?
Why not?
And this morning, and we're going to say good morning to... Oh, it's us. Okay, fair enough. Okay, didn't see that. I brought a run comment up. Oh, dear.
And there we go. Picture quality, not too bad.
No, it's very good. Spurs again in the all-white kit. Just very quickly, there's the team. Clements, Houghton, Thomas, Robert Stevens, Perryman, Crook, Archibald, Falco, Hoddle, and Alistair Dick.
Ali Dick's still very, very young at this point.
Yeah.
Was he on the bench? Oh, he can't be. No, he is on the bench.
Yeah, and there's Ozzy. Not match fit yet, but Birkenshire was hoping to give him a 20-minute run out if the game allowed. And there's the Bayern Munich lineup. And there's the Rummenigge brothers, number 10 and 11.
Just a quick shout out to Simon at Duck Jive One again for use of his footage. Another brilliant upload. Absolutely loving the stuff he has on his channel. If you want to watch it with the original soundtrack and the original commentary, go and visit his channel. It's Duck Jive One. It's there in the banner at the bottom. So we also have, let's put the team at the bottom there for a little while. The substitutes are Brooke and O'Reilly. I think that's about the only information we needed extra. I think Dermot's covered it all otherwise. We're trailing 1-0 from the first leg in Bayern. Well, in Munich, I should say. And looking to turn that around. But since we all know what this famous cup run's about, I think there's a good chance of it, don't you?
Yeah, very much so. I think that Spurs, it was a year that, again, we started the 80s winning stuff. So it was a great year the second UEFA Cup win. Morning, Mark Cousins. It says, morning, lads. I think John Motson was a Spurs fan. Yeah, I think he was. He lived in St Albans. Yeah, he lived in St Albans too. He lived down. I used to know where he used to live in St Albans. So that's where he used to live, John Motson. Oh, God. Good defending there by Tottenham. Very edgy. 1-0 down from the first leg. They needed to win. If they were one. They needed. They were 2-1 down.
1-0 down from the first leg.
So
but of course, they're always concerned about conceding another early on. Like if they had a big buffer, they'd probably defend like mad for the whole time.
But as I said, this was the only German side left in the whole European trophies, out of 3 of them at the time. Which says a lot how bad German football was then, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not quite the same as it is now with
No.
Bayern being such a mega team at the moment. But certainly had some good players still. I mean, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, you don't ignore that kind of talent.
No, twice. I think he was.
Oh, what a ball that is!
Yeah.
Oh,
What a save! I think twice World Cup runner-up for West Germany, 82 and 86.
Did he save that or did it hit the post? It was so well struck.
Yeah, I think he hit the post actually.
Was Chrissy Houghton with the throw?
Yeah. He was such a fixture in that side, wasn't he? In that early 80s side.
Absolutely. One of our absolute best.
Mm.
The fact he played both fullback roles as well was amazing. He didn't look out of place on either side,
No,
did he?
He didn't, and there's Mark Barker. Do you have a bit of discussion about COVID? It was all about yesterday.
Why not?
More Premier League games have been called off this morning. I mean, it's getting ridiculous now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're all talking about it now. I think didn't the Premier League have a meeting regarding the weekend's fixtures and things like that?
Yeah, I think they had one late last night, and I would think we're still waiting the outcome of that.
They're probably drinking their champagne, still forgotten all about the meeting.
Yeah, probably. And they've got the call girls in and everything, you know.
Good morning, Graham, and saying good morning, Dermot and Coover. Funny when you put Coover/Graham because my name's Graham. You caught me out before with that one before. I was wondering how did he know my first name? But yeah, they always sign it off with Graham, don't you? So
yeah. Well, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I think the Premier League are a bit corrupt myself, but that's a whole different subject completely. I mean,
always goes with the money, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, BT Sport didn't get their way last night, did they?
No, they didn't, did they?
I
think common sense has to prevail in all of this, surely.
Yeah. I understand people are fed up about no Tottenham. I do get that. I really do understand that, but I think there's more. At the moment, there's more to life than just than Tottenham. But I can understand some people. That's all they have. So I understand if people are feeling a bit fed up and a bit stressed out this morning. But I think it's been very badly run by the Premier League. And I think the fans are being made scapegoats again, if you know what I mean. They're being made mugs up again. And it's been the same for all the time. British authorities have always treated the fans badly anyway. So why should they do anything different now?
I think especially if you're a season ticket holder and your week's built around Spurs, you're geared up for the games each weekend or every other weekend, I should say, for home games. And it's a major thing for it suddenly gone. But it's like we were saying before, it's the ones I feel most sorry for with the way things are being handled. It's all those poor sods that are making long trips just to get to a game. You have your ticket refunded, but none of the travel costs.
No. You've got them couples coming over from America for the last couple of games. Imagine flying all over for America, and then there's Mr. Perriman, Mr. Tottenham. He was a great, dependable guy, Perriman.
Yeah. Mark Cousins saying safety comes first. I've considered going to watch Yeovil, but they wouldn't come and see me if I was bad.
Are Yeovil that bad, Mark? Are they back over?
Well, they're a bit sort of up and down over the years. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, Yeovil were very much the non-league team. no sniff of league football then, but they have had their time in the football league since. Sort of gone up a few levels, but I missed the old sloping pitch. It was really quite a sight.
What a move by Tottenham there! Oh, nearly. What a save though by the goalkeeper.
Well, he needed to get to that.
There's Mr. Roberts. Mr. I call him like the Terminator of our team. He always sniffed out. He always sniffed out the bad guys.
Ooh, lovely bit of footwork there.
Was this the other game when Huddle turned it on?
That's how you stop a player running with a ball. Oh, free kick! You're joking. Nothing wrong with that.
No. But no, it's getting ridiculous now, this COVID thing. It really is. I think governments, your government especially, I mean, we had our NEFIT meeting last night. It's like all the doctors together advise our government what to do. And they came out with that pubs and restaurants should be shut at 5 o'clock. And they're trying to bring in new restrictions that pubs and clubs shut at 5. Restrictions on people coming to other people's houses. And this is just before Christmas. There's going to be a lot of football today if this gets put through. I mean, what's your government doing at the moment? Are they bringing out any new announcements, or what are they doing?
Nah, of course there wouldn't be anything. That would be like decisive action, wouldn't it? I don't think you should really refer to them as our government. It's more a collection of memes. They just see nothing. They come out with their usual couple of lecterns to stand at, and with the health officials and Boris Johnson, and we end up thinking, well, what's the point in that? It's always half measures or things too late. It's absolutely pointless. But then, never mind. We easily go too political with all this stuff. But
just very quickly, do you remember the banana splits?
I do, yes.
Yeah, well, that's Boris Johnson and co. The banana splits.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I always imagine him coming out to talk to the cameras wearing a dressing gown and holding a teddy bear and having one boxing glove on, referring to the teddy bear as Bunty, and talking about his wet nurse.
Yeah, and say Daddy Trump didn't give him any money today.
Yeah. He is just a bumbling idiot. Never mind.
Never mind.
But the trouble is, it does affect football. It affects everything, doesn't it?
I mean, I saw Arthur on Eugene's show yesterday, and he was making very good points about people not actually caring, and he made a few good points on that.
Yeah, I was on the same show, wasn't I? Yeah, it's a long-term sort of political inspired shift in people's attitudes towards everyday life. It goes back to that Thatcher era, as far as I'm concerned, where the nation was taught to be a lot more selfish.
And there's Danny Thomas down on the ground there, up again. We've got Mark Cousins again. Good morning, Mark. Thank you. It says Yeovil were in the Championship a few years back, but now they're in non-league again. Didn't know that.
Well, it's trouble with the smaller teams is you're always in danger of having a sort of yo-yo time with things. No money to back anything up, so anybody's in danger down in the lower divisions.
Just to go back on that, half the Premier League games have been called off for this weekend, really. You know, I think it's a bit pointless that the rest of them go ahead, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Well, you've got Jurgen Klopp saying he doesn't see the point in having a break. Of course, he wouldn't. Liverpool are doing really well, and he'd get to face a depleted Tottenham side.
Yeah.
Half our team's still in isolation.
Yeah, there's.
I saw Conte's presser the other night, and Regulon's got doubts over him as well because he's only in limited training.
Yeah.
So, we've got Cody Mack joining us.
When are you doing the? We are looking into that. I have no interest in cricket as an Irishman, but I will leave that question to Cooper. How they're doing in their
We'll bring Cody on to talk us through it. He can do sort of tactics session, I think, right up his street.
Yeah, how are they doing in the? Is it the Ashes now?
Yeah, or the Australian batting practice, as we call it. England are getting thrashed all the time. I didn't even bother to check last night's play. Brian Daigle, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brian.
I hear you've got a nice little upgrade to first class on your flight over, so very nice.
That was Levy. Levy sending a message through to the airline.
Well, upgraded to first class. If it was Levy, he would have been put in the baggage compartment.
And Cody, I mean, I am a coach.
That's right. Everybody's a coach nowadays.
Yep. Oh, you need to come on, Cody Mack, and give us a technical lesson on how England should have the bat. Honest to God, it's brilliant. Just interested, if you're interested in cricket, the latest England have slipped 12-2. So.
Brian saying, "I did indeed. It was bloody amazing." Yeah, I've never flown first class, but I can imagine.
That was Levy. He got wind that Brian was on his way back, so he wanted to soften them up a little bit and put him in the first class. I love Bayern Munich, how they have Bayern Munich on the back of the shirt. It's always been the same, hasn't it?
Yeah, they're very distinctive, aren't they? Wrong choice in kit colour, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but this was a West German side. I mean, they were split then, weren't they? There was East German sides and West German sides.
They were indeed split. So obviously, you wouldn't really see a lot of the East German football. They had some good players amongst them.
Yeah. We got. Is his name Graham? Is it Cooper?
Yes, Graham. Yeah. He always slides off with /Graham. So it's
Graham.
3 or 4 games left at the moment, all on Sky.
Says it all, really, doesn't it? I mean, when are any of these big organisations going to put the fans' health first? It was the same. It was the same during the first lockdown. We just didn't bother.
We'll keep having the same conversations. It's got to come from the top. If you leave it to the likes of Sky to decide, or the Premiership, then they're going to go ahead because they want the money rolling in. They want the TV. Premiership wants the TV money to come in, and Sky wants something to show on their channels. So
and Jurgen Klopp wants the match to go ahead because he knows that they'll beat us.
Yeah, of course, it doesn't affect them so much. So of course he wants it to go ahead. Bit naive to say he doesn't see the point in it having a break, though.
No, I do.
Well, you can hardly get teams to fulfil fixtures, so it's just blindingly obvious to everybody except, it seems, the Premier League.
Yeah. And Cody Mack says, money over health always with these governing bodies. It is. It's absolutely ridiculous, Cody. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, you've got UEFA, you've got FIFA, you've got the Premier League. I mean, they don't give a shit about the ordinary fan. And that's what it is. If it wasn't for the fans, how would these clubs survive? They wouldn't.
Yeah, of course.
I think if it was like this when the FA was in charge of it, I think there would have been something done a lot more. But even they're saying now, the EFL, that all 72 clubs, is it 72 or 92?
92.
92. Have to have 14 clear players for them to play. That's including the goalkeeper. So it's been badly run again, but what can you do? And there's Bayern Munich with a header back. That's really weird seeing the pass back to the goalkeepers, isn't it? When we can't do it now.
Well, it's all right when it's a header, though, isn't it?
Mm.
But good run here, Gary Stevens.
Yeah. He lives in Asia now, Gary Stevens.
Does he?
Mm.
Yeah, certainly haven't heard a lot of him since he finished playing.
No.
Doesn't help that he often gets confused with the Everton's Gary Stevens as well, same sort of era.
Yeah, it's true. Both played in the World Cup. Chris has just come in. Good morning, Chris. How are you? I suppose I played quite well, actually. Quite dominated effort.
We have to go for it, don't we? We're trailing. Oh, good block. That's home advantage in Europe is such a big thing.
Oh, look at that run.
Just run out.
He's so unlucky. So unlucky.
Is that a corner?
Yeah, it is a corner, yeah. No, it's not a goal kick. There's the maestro, Glenn Hoddle, within the picture. Have you got the team there, Hoover?
Oh, yeah, let's put that up again.
Oh, was Ben free this morning?
No, unfortunately not. He'll be back on Monday.
Yeah. Geez, Gary Stevens was a good player.
I never rated him, He filled in okay a lot of the time, but it compared to the likes of, say, Chrissy Houghton at fullback, he's just not in the same class, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. Good morning, Wayne Bonner. Thank you for coming in. And Cody Mack says, I keep thinking Phil's face is going to pop up when the comments disappear on the screen.
Yeah.
We can have a little bit of a little photo of Phil down the bottom there, if anyone's missing Phil. He will be back this evening. I don't know what we're doing this evening, actually. What we're doing, a big game or...
I think we should do a game somehow.
Yeah.
People want the football.
Yeah. What did the comments want to see tonight? What game would you like to see tonight?
Oh, they're going to choose something we haven't got, man.
I think we need to do a big game.
Oops, sorry, just got the telephone going a minute.
That's Levy ringing it. So that just Levy ringing, or the Premier League are ringing Hoover. And it's a goal. No, it's not a goal. Oh, Jesus. Got all excited for nothing there. Ringing the Premier League to find out what's happening. There's Steve Archibald, a great striker. And what a strike by Archibald. Nearly a goal there. Spurs still 1-0 down from the first leg. Need 2 goals to go through. So, and here's Bayern Munich, always dangerous. They were the only German side left in any European trophies this season. So, only the biggest player they had was Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, the captain, who was actually captaining for West Germany for the 82 and 86 World Cup finals. So, a great player. Absolutely fantastic. And there we go again. Great Spurs side. What do people think of this Spurs side? Do you think it's one of our good sides or not? I would love to know that in the comments what people think. Another throw for Spurs, I think. There's Mark Farco. How's Levy? Is he scared yet?
No, it's the ex-missus. Always got to ruin the football. There's one trait you can't always carry on.
Is she happy? That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's fine. We could have one of those relationships where we're a lot better when we're not together. Get on fine now.
Yeah, sounds like me and my ex-wife. We just don't speak.
That's a pretty common thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never mind. As long as the current ones are doing well for you, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're getting married early next year, so that's all going good.
Good for you, mate.
And it's ended Tottenham 0, Bayern Munich nil at half time. Now we'll go back to the studio with Cody back, Wayne Bond, and Brian Daigle. That'd be a good. That'd be a good. Good three in the back to the studio, wouldn't it?
It would. I'd love to get Daniel Levy on and then pop Brian Daigle up. That'll be.
I would love to get Levy in with Cody Mack and Brian Daigle up. I mean, what a double act!
As if Levy had ever come onto a fan program.
Don't know,
works from the shadows, doesn't he?
Yeah. Cody Mack says, I didn't know you guys were romantic. And Chris says, yes, don't speak to my ex-wife, a lot happier. Yeah, so am I.
We're watching classic Spurs games. Of course we're romantics.
Yeah. How are you, my love, this morning?
Yeah, okay, let's calm it down a little bit. We're not winning trophies yet.
Oh, Lord.
I won't mention anything about the fact that was just a tackle from behind them.
No, we missed that. It's still 0-0. Spurs need 2 goals or they go out of the UEFA Cup. At this stage, they went out at this stage last season, at this round.
You start getting a little bit worried when you get to half time and you're still chasing the game.
Yeah, and for this is a place for the quarterfinals of the League Cup too. So, could Spurs be on their way to Wembley, as they say? Or in this case, on their way to White Hart Lane.
Indeed. I think we might do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got my feet. I'm sitting here with knots in my stomach thinking we won't win. But, you know, I'm always positive. Seriously, I am. I'm sitting here nervous watching these games because I know we need to win. I just don't know when the goals come. So for me, this is like watching it for the first time.
Well, I'm going to guess that they come second half.
Do you know what? I think you could be right, Cooper.
I remember us. The winner comes quite late.
Yeah.
I think it's Mark Falco with the winner.
I think it wasn't. I think it was from a glorious Glenn Hoddle pass.
I think you might be right.
If I'm right. Oh, what?
Look at that speed.
Is that Mickey Hazard?
No. That must be Ali Dick, surely.
Oh, what a name, bless him.
Or is it? Certainly wasn't Hoddle anyway.
No. I mean, what a name. I mean, imagine being called Ali Dick. Bless him. And that's Spurs again. Ozzy was on the bench as well.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Graham Roberts. Against Archibald. Corner for Tottenham. Yeah, my ex-wife always got away in my football as well. She hated it when it was on. So I know what you mean by that.
It's all right. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh yeah, you can watch the football," but if you actually dare to watch the football, it's going to get ruined.
Yeah, because there's questions every 5 minutes. Now, mind you, my fiance now never watched football until she met me, and then she ended up watching Tottenham last season, and she was worse than me for swearing at the telly at the Tottenham players. She quickly saw that Danny Alley was a heap of crap. Oh Lord!
Some things you can't improve.
Is he going to Newcastle? Do you think?
I've got a feeling if out of all the players we want to get rid of, if going to Newcastle, I'd imagine it's going to be Harry Winks.
Yeah. Dele may go to PSG.
If so, then it's a master stroke from Pochettino for us.
Yeah. And he can take Leany with him and all.
If only.
He's a goalkeeper I want gone.
Yeah, he just doesn't really seem to do anything, does he?
I'll let you read out Cody Max's. Find that brilliant.
With Cody Max saying, geez, why would you do that to your fiance, Dermot? The thought does occur. I mean, it's a bit cruel, especially if it's during like the Nuno period or something.
No, she started watching it through Mourinho, and she literally just, she very quickly noticed who the crap players were. And I'm thinking, God, you've only noticed that after 5 minutes. God knows how the rest of us feel.
We had a golden little sort of few weeks under Mourinho, but it didn't last long.
She likes Son. Son's her favourite player. Son and Harry Kane.
Well, she got pretty good taste there, I'd say.
Yeah.
Mark Cousins, Yeovil formed a relationship with Spurs when Harry Redknapp was in charge because he lived in Poole. Andros Townsend, Stephen Coulter and Ryan Mason are just some of the youngsters that came online.
Wow.
There we go.
And then Cody Mack get it brilliant again, Cody. He says Steady couldn't clean the toilets in Paris.
I'd be prepared to try and give it a go with him.
What, in Paris, cleaning toilets?
Well, he's got that mop head, hasn't he? Just turn him upside down. Inverted cleaner, that's what he call him.
Yeah. I mean, you look at all these great sides, these great players, and then you look at Dele Alli and you're thinking, okay.
Something about Glenn Hoddle standing over the ball ready to take a free kick. You think, there's a goal coming. There we go. It's got to be. And it is a goal coming. Yeah. There you go. Proves the point.
Steve Archibald.
Bit of a poacher's goal for him, but he'll take it.
Looks like he's wearing a dress.
Yeah. All the great players back then, you had to have your shirt outside the shorts.
Yeah. Go on, I'll let you read Cody Mack's message.
Son is my wife's favourite. The ladies can't resist that smile. Thank God I've got one as well.
Yeah, same here, Cody. We're doing all right.
How come you spend so long trying to cover it with a beard then? And you don't go on camera until the beard's back.
I think he suits the beard. Yeah,
I don't think Cody has a bottom jaw at all. I think it's a big clip-on beard, and he's lost it at the moment.
Yeah, so again, we're 1-0 up. We need one more. Goal.
God, I think I'm going to have to test myself for COVID in a minute. I've got really stinking cold at the moment.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I've been struggling. My breathing's been a bit funny for the last few days, I must admit. Cody Max, brilliant.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Can we use black magic to make Hoddle young again? He would solve so many problems. He really would.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be okay now. Just play him now.
Where would you play him? Just behind the front players, or would you play him at the back to spray those sort of glorious long-range balls out to launch the attacks from?
Young Hoddle playing behind the front two, back Hoddle playing in front of the back four.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. Or just let him have a free roll, go wherever he feels like.
Look at that.
We gave the ball away.
Yeah, I think this was the season. I think this was the season we got his taste ready for playing in Europe, wasn't it?
Who didn't? Winning a trophy seems to do that season. Well, there was so many seasons because we were winning the FA Cup, going into the Cup Winners' Cup, so we had a lot of European football. We always thought perhaps we should have won more during that period if it wasn't for like cheating Barcelona and that sort of thing, we could have ended up with a few more trophies.
We
weren't far.
Did we get to the semi-finals of this competition the following year, or the quarterfinals?
Well, we wouldn't have been. Did the winners of the Cup Winners' Cup go back into the competition the next year?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So I can't think how we did. I've got a bad feeling it's going to be Feyenoord dumping us out, because they had a habit of doing that. Later on, after we'd given them a good beating in this cup run, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'll just check now.
Mark Cousins saying play Hoddle anywhere, even in goal, which he did for us. He did. If we lost the goalkeeper, and we didn't have substitute goalkeepers back in those days, so Hoddle regularly went in. I seem to remember a lot of games he'd see the match out without conceding as well. So
yeah, he did that against Man United in the FA Cup when Ozzy got the win in 79-80. Wayne Bonner says, I give Hoddle a free rein. You know he's always going to do something special with the ball whenever he gets it in the pitch. Yeah.
That's genius for you.
And then Wayne Bonner says, what season is this game from? It's from the 83-84 season, the UEFA Cup run, from 83-84. And Moondog, good morning, Moondog. He says, good morning, Coover and Dermot. Well, morning, Moondog. Lovely to see you. And thank you for coming in. And then I'll let you read out Cody's message. What did he say?
I've got 2 kids for sale, ages 3.5 and 1.5. They've got their shots, COVID-free, cash only. Anyway, cheers, guys. I've got two kids myself. I don't think I can cope with another 2.
Oh, same here. Oh, Lord. Apologise for coughing. I mean, Rummenigge was a player, though, wasn't he? He was a class player.
He was. That's the. It's always the danger when you're chasing the game and you've got the likes of him to catch you on the counter. Ooh,
there's some feisty tackles coming in there.
Certainly were.
It's like a shootout now, isn't it? Next goal wins.
Well, yeah, we're having to take more and more chances. Well, no, we just equalised thinking about it. So,
yeah.
Do you think we're pushing for the winner too hard?
Yeah. What European game was it when Johan Cruyff popped into the dressing room after the game and gave Hoddle his shirt?
Well, that's when he was playing for Feyenoord.
It was in this run, wasn't it? It was. This week. Was it the game before or the quarterfinals? I can't remember.
It was one of the earliest ones, because we beat a little Irish side in the first round. Who was it? Drogheda or something like that?
Yeah,
Drogheda. Sorry. Yeah. Difficult knowing the pronunciation on a lot of the Irish.
Yes, one other person got it completely wrong, and I was swearing at the telly at the time. You don't fucking go with that.
I'm not surprised. My mum gets like that when it's Norwegian names.
Yeah.
The amount of times she'd hear the commentators saying it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and my mum's screaming at the telly, going, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
UEFA Cup. I will find out. Yeah, it's Drogheda. Even though I have problems pronouncing it, but it is Drogheda.
It was Feyenoord in the next round, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I'm just getting it up now. But
Johan Cruyff, famously at that point, he'd had a bust up with Ajax. Ajax clearly feeling that he was getting old, and they didn't want to give him a big new contract that he was after. So in a bit of a huff, he went to the local rivals. Rivals anyway, Feyenoord, for a season.
We actually beat them in the second round.
Yeah.
6-2, 4-2. I think in the first leg at White Hart Lane, and then we beat them 2-0 away.
So I think it was that 4-2 that Cruyff came into the dressing room, that just like basically just absolutely lauding the praise onto Hoddle, because Hoddle had made all 4 goals and been absolutely brilliant. He actually I think he described it as his greatest performance.
Yeah.
It's because it was such the build up, and Cruyff dismissing his talent and took it upon himself to mark Hoddle in the game, and Hoddle just destroyed him.
And then there's the club doctor. He had a great job, didn't he? Putting up the come on, straight down the pitch, straight down the tunnel, man.
It was all wet sponge and guesswork in those days.
Yeah. Oh man. And there's Gary Brook. Yellow card. And there's Hoddle over the ball again. This Moondog said proper tackling, none of this running around on the floor. No, exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
I will. Right. I'm going to put the link in the chat if anyone wants to pop on. You're more than welcome. So it's in the chat now. It's lovely to see the old White Hart Lane, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You miss it. I miss it terribly, the old White Hart Lane.
We were having this conversation the other day. Love to be on the shelf every time. It was the place to be.
I mean, we were talking about rail fares last night, Cooper. I mean, it's just breaking news, but it's not really breaking news for us. But it's just like rail fares to rise by 3.8% in March. I mean, that's, again, not fair on the fans going to matches that have to go to matches by train, is it?
Well, trains have been a shocking way for a long time. Overpriced and unreliable. And then the billions was supposed to have been put in, was given to them to revamp the system and renew all the tracks, and then massively overspent, and the budget was blown in a quarter of the time, and they haven't got the work done. It's just total mismanagement as usual.
Carl Simpson's here. He says, morning gents, hope you're all well. Friday at last. Yes, Friday's here. But not again to look forward to the weekend, I don't think.
No, that's true.
But you will find plenty of games here on Tottenham Tantrum Gold. We're going to try to bring you to them thick and fast. That's our aim for this weekend. Keep all your Spurs fans entertained and going. And we were also thinking of when we did the Formula One last weekend, of doing an one big classic heavyweight fight. Who would you like to see? If we were to do that, put in the comments, who would you like us to put on? I know I've got my favourite. What would your favourite big fight be?
Mine? Or just people in general? If we're doing classics, then I think you've got to look at Muhammad Ali, haven't you?
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali against Smoking Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
I think the second fight, in particular, where both men were absolutely put everything they'd got on the line. Both of them hospitalised at the end.
Is that the Thriller in Manila? The third one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's when boxing actually changed the rules and brought it down from being 15 rounds down to 12, because they were on the brink of death at the end of it. And it was just a battle of wills. It was such a closely fought match.
There's Moondog's suggestion: Ali against Foreman. Yeah,
that's another good one.
Yeah,
that's the old famous rope-a-dope tactics, isn't it?
See, a lot of people haven't seen like Muhammad Ali in his prime. I tell you another fight I would like to see two actually. Bayern against what was his name?
I've forgotten the name now. I was about to say Barrera. It's
Is it Abuser or Abu?
yeah, it's oh god, it'll come to me in a minute.
He was champion for a long time anyway. We've
Oh,
got
celery agent there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sugar Ray
yeah.
Leonard against Roberto Duran. Yeah,
Which one? The first one or the last one?
I think you'd have to put both on, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Shows the quality, the ferocity of Duran in the first, and then how well Leonard came back to it and came back and then showed him who's boss and got him to quit. Famously saying no mas, which I quit.
Also, there was another great fight in that era. Hagler and Hearns, just 3 rounds of just battering the shit out of each other.
Well, you had that golden foursome, didn't you? Leonard, Duran, Hagler, and Hearns. So you put any of those 4 together,
that's it. Moondog, Pajosa. That was it. That was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, the great. Boxing and Tottenham related. Eubank versus Watson at White Hart Lane. Yes, that's a good one.
Well, that ended quite tragically, though, didn't it?
It did for Michael Watson.
I think they ended up as good friends eventually, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. Another good one, Eubanks versus Collins. The first one when Eubank thinks he's hypnotised. It's really funny.
He was a strange character, was Eubank.
He was. It was so funny. He's hypnotised. I'm not going to fight him. He's hypnotised. Don't know what he's going to do in the ring.
And anything with Nigel Benn in it from that era as well was exciting. Just because he had no defence at all. It was all punches.
Carl Simpson said, depends if it's a classic like Ali, but I would like to Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson.
Yeah, some loads of great Lennox Lewis fights.
There's loads of them on YouTube. It's just trying to find them and get permission to use them. That's the thing, but
yeah, of course.
Wayne Bonner says, best fight I would go for McKay versus Bromia, but that was a mismatch. I would also like to see Eubank versus Ben and Muhammad Ali. Yeah, well, something we may, if this goes into a proper lockdown, we'll have to think outside the box on this channel. Because we're running out of Spurs Club matches very quick. Oh, Lord.
Oh, and you got some of the great US fights as well, like Gatti and Irish Mickey Ward when he came out of nowhere to they made a film about that, didn't they? The boxer.
They did.
Yeah.
Every time Huddle gets the ball, it's just
celery agent Sonny versus Larice. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's really
that huge run from Larice to catch him, and it all kicked off then. If the people hadn't got in the way, that could have ended up with some very harsh words being said.
Oh, Lord. And they were hugging each other in the second half. Like Mourinho's face when it was happening. What's happening here?
Well, people saying it's like a disgrace when you captains having to go at people, but I mean, I actually prefer to see it. At least you're showing, it matters at least. But perhaps it should have been done in the dressing room rather than.
I think I've started something here at Cleveland. Right, we've got Moondogs and Jack Dempsey against Jess Willard. God, that's going back. I think Phil. This is the goal. Is it? No. I think Phil was there that day actually for the Jack Dempsey and Willard fight. He was commentating for Sky Sports.
And then Mark Cousins saying boxing, stick WrestleMania on. Yeah, we were talking about some of that the other day, weren't we? Some of the old Attitude Era WWF as it was back then instead of WWE. It was so funny. Yeah, I don't think you'd call it a legitimate sport though. It was just pure comedy and little dramas going on there. It was brilliant watch.
And we've got a few fights from football here. We've got Martin Yeo versus Arsene Wenger, the last North London derby at Highbury.
Or perhaps when Spurs came back from 2-0 down to win 3-2 at Highbury.
Yeah.
And then you could have Arsene Wenger versus the water bottle. I'll back the water bottle.
Don't make me laugh, because every time I laugh, my lungs kill me, but don't make me laugh. But that was funny. I didn't imagine come up with.
Oh, it's just so enjoyable, wasn't it?
It is. We've got
Kieran
Dyer versus Lee Barker.
Yeah, not many shirts left intact after that one.
Apparently they've been going at each other all week. Apparently,
makes sense.
And he wouldn't pass him the ball. That's what sparked the fight, because he wouldn't pass him the ball.
It just imagine both getting sent off playing for the same team. How much can you let your side down?
I know. Well, apparently Graham Souness went into them and said, "Right, do you both want to take me on?"
Really?
Yeah.
That could have been interesting.
Yeah.
He was a man you don't mess with.
I'm sorry. Macho Man Randy Savage. This is next comment is brilliant. Cantona versus Yes.
There we go. Mark Falco, one of the most important goals.
And I missed the Hoddle the pass by Hoddle.
I'm sure they'll do the replay.
Look at the Spurs fans go absolutely.
Here we go.
mad.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Look at that reverse.
Look at that. Yeah.
That's a good finish.
Yeah. Here we go again. Look at that. Wow.
It's about the only place he could have beaten the goalkeeper as well.
We've got Spurs talk showing. Good morning, Sean. He says McNamara and Grobbelaar. Yeah, that was another.
Yeah, remember that one as well.
Yeah, and he said morning, lads. Morning. Thank you for coming in. Calm Simpson. John Terry versus Rainbridge. Rainbridge. No count out no count out. I'll let you read that, sorry, because I can't get them.
John Terry versus Wayne Bridge, no count out to the death. Well, yeah, you in a way you could say it's kind of tag team with their partners, isn't it?
Yeah. Chris, what was that? Did John Terry have an affair with his girlfriend or something?
Yeah. I can't stand John Terry. Ryan Giggs and his brother. Oh dear. Well, I don't know what that's about. I don't know what on earth you could possibly mean that.
No, I don't know. No. Was it a 10-year affair he had with his brother's wife or something?
It's it wasn't good, was it? It was just a bit of a it tarnished his otherwise faultless career, really, Giggs, didn't it? Because there was never any other sort of scandals about him. You'd never catch him out like getting wrecked and getting into fights or anything.
No, well, it has been.
He was too busy doing other things by the looks of it.
Didn't he get arrested for beating up his ex-girlfriend recently as well? That's why he lost the Wales job. Yeah,
that's after he finished with his United career, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But he was manager of Wales at the time, and Wales suspended him from management. That's why the other fella took over, because apparently he hit an ex-partner or something, or I don't know.
You'd have to with anything like that comes up. It's too high profile a sort of job to just ignore things like that.
Yeah. And then Carl Simpson, I'll let you read that one.
My money's on Rodri Giggs. Well, yeah, fair enough.
How much are you putting on, though, Carl Simpson? You've got to put on a good bit of money for a good bet. €1, that £1 is not a bet. You at least put on about £50 or £60. But here, Spurs are 2-0 up. I don't know how long is left, but
very little time left now. If I remember rightly, Falco scored. It was something like the 85th, 86th minute, something like that.
Wayne Bonner says Graham Roberts versus anyone.
Or Graham Roberts versus everyone as well, if you like. That'll be the follow-up. Back Graham Roberts both ways.
However much I can get away with without my wife finding out.
Okay, we'll quickly erase the evidence of that.
Yeah. We've got your back, Carl. Don't worry. We have your back here. There was one fellow I knew years ago. His wife, he had a bit of a gambling problem. Anyway, he went to the casino and he was playing poker. And he was losing money hand over fist. So he lost I think it was about £20,000 or something at that point. And he was that desperate to get his money back, he decided to put up on a game of poker, Texan Hold'em, right? His house. Yeah, I've just seen that.
Ndombele versus the closed sign at McDonald's. That's my favourite so far.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And Celery Agent says Joe Jordan versus
Gattuso. Yeah, that's the one we're all thinking. Please don't break them up. Just let Gattuso think he's going to take on Joe Jordan. See what happens.
And then Celery. Everyone, that. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm going to have to give you. Where is it? I'm going to have to give. I've put the star next to it. That's comment of the day. And Spurs are through to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Cup 83-84. Look at all them jubilant fans. Archibald looks knackered. Right, get me into that bath. There's Steve Perryman saying, "Good luck to you lads, but we're going on."
So it's kind of the perfect result, keeping the clean sheet. You're after goals. Your two strikers get you a goal each. I mean, happy days all over. And all of the Germans out of European competition this season after that game.
We've got Cooper versus Allen. Mark Cousins with his laughing faces. Cooper, that's who I was trying to think of, says Celery Agent. Went the distance, didn't it? No, the first fight finished in 5 rounds after Cooper got a massive cut over his left eye, I think. I think the second fight went the distance, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, Cooper broke Ali's jaw and still lost the fight.
No, that was Kenny Norton. Kenny Norton broke Ali's jaw.
I'm sure it was Cooper fight. Did it?
No, Cooper was the first one to knock him down.
Yeah, but I thought he broke his jaw when he did.
No, that was Kenny Norton. In the first fight.
You might be right. I could have sworn he did, but
no. Jose Mourinho versus Paddy Power. That is a special one. I let you read this one.
It was Norton. Moondog saying it was Norton that broke Ali's jaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan versus Gattuso. I love the way everybody was holding Jordan back, especially when he took his glasses off. There was only one gonna be the winner in that one. I totally agree. Joe Jordan was just so hard as nails. It was untrue. You got the feeling with Gattuso it's all huff and puff and a little bit too much bark and no bite. But Joe Jordan was the real deal.
Moondog, but no, got stopped on the cup. Yeah, it did. And then he says it was not Norton who broke Ali's jaw. Yeah, in the second round or something. And Ali didn't know he broke his jaw. So he was asked later in the interview, would you have carried on if you knew your jaw was broken? And Ali, being Ali, says, are you stupid? He said, do you think I would have carried on with this beautiful face with a broken jaw? Oh, Lord. He was class, though. We miss people like that, actually, in football and sport generally. The likes of Ali and... Do you know what I mean? You had Naeem and... No, what's his name?
Chris Agomba. Delia Smith versus the Norwich fans. Let's be having you.
Oh, that's the most funniest clip. I've got to find it. I've got to find it now.
I kind of I kind of liked what she did. It was funny. I mean, she's getting on a bit, but she still felt passionate enough to try that.
Hang on, just keep talking there for a minute.
Okay.
See, can I find
Here
it?
we go. Moondog saying Ali said the Cooper punch was the hardest he'd been hit. He said he was hit so hard his kin in Africa felt it.
Right, we could get taken down for this, but I don't care.
Well, I wouldn't do it then if you can.
I want to, if I played it in the background, could we hear it?
I wouldn't do it if it's heavily copyrighted. I
don't think it is.
Okay, well, you'll shout. It's just we've had a couple of warnings before with earlier stuff, so I'll be careful if I was you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's such a good one. It really was. It really was such a good one. Ali said, did you read that one out?
No, yeah, I did. Yeah, her great quote. So many great Muhammad Ali quotes. He wrote a book of them, basically.
Yeah.
Celery agent with a future battle to come. Daigle versus Levy. That won't last long. That's a first round knockout.
Yeah. How pissed was she? She saw.
No secrets about it, is there? She'd sit in the stands. You could see her having a tipple. Why not? I mean, she's the owner. She's made her money. Why can't she just enjoy herself?
She sort of stumbled onto the pitch, didn't she? She didn't walk on. She sort of waddled on. Can you imagine Daniel Levy? He'd be pelted with everything going.
Oh dear.
Mr. Dagan was running onto the pitch with his pitchfork. Come here, come here. Chris say, don't do it. Don't do it, damn it. Don't do it.
I wonder if he's talking about you trying to play something.
That's what he meant. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. And Levy would fight dirty.
Yeah.
Levy would fight dirty and bring him back up.
Yeah, that's true enough.
Mr. Dagan would have about 70,000 Spurs fans behind him. Oh, dude. It would be that would dust. So what do you want to do? Should we end it there?
Oh, hang on, just finish off the comments here. Moondog said not only was he the greatest, but a great human being. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Role model in so many ways and absolute icon. Human rights, humanitarian. It just did all sticking up for yourself and going up against the authorities when you believed it was wrong. It was absolutely admirable. It's just one of the greatest sporting icons of all time.
We're talking about Levy.
Yeah. Let's pretend it's Levy. Yeah. Great sporting icons, Daniel Levy. Yeah. Oh dear. Send that to Brian.
Brian be spitting out his cornflakes now with his lunch at the moment after me saying that.
Celery agent saying the bridge to his office probably has trapdoors in it. Yeah, I've been doing jokes like this as well. It's like when one of the things that was holding up the building of the stadium was Levy having the shark tank fitted underneath his office and the trapdoors there.
Yeah. Do you remember the James Bond film where the woman walks over the bridge and he has the piranhas and underneath in like a lake in his office sort of thing?
It's a shark, wasn't it?
No, it was piranhas. And You Only Live Twice. It was piranhas.
Oh right. I probably thinking, was it Dr. No when they had the sharks in the pool and it ended up? I can't remember.
That was Thunderball with the sharks. Yeah,
could be.
Yeah,
been a while since I watched those. And here we go. Carl Simpson, great show, gents. Thanks again. Thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for joining. I'm sorry. I'm not. Sorry if I seemed a bit tongue-tied this morning. I'm not feeling 100%, but I can't miss a show on this great channel. I love doing this channel. This is what keeps me going. This is what keeps me getting up in the mornings and do, because I love doing the show with Hoover. Absolute great person to do a show with, and so I apologise if I sound a bit funny. It's just that I'm not feeling too well at the moment, so
likewise. Always enjoy the show with you, Tom. I'm running a bit of a fever at the moment. I've got a headache. I've got a sore throat. I sound a bit croaky this morning.
Yeah, but we will keep coming with Spurs content for you. We still haven't got what game they want us to show later. We're still waiting for that. We're not going to go off air until you tell us what game you want later. From the 1970s, it's the 1971 League Cup final against Aston Villa, or the 1982 FA Cup final. So, what would you like to see? Just let us know.
Or should we have something with just a truckload of Tottenham goals in it to cheer us up? Trying to look for a good thumping of West Ham, Arsenal, or Chelsea. They're always good to watch.
Yeah.
Although it should be Liverpool coming up. We've got a really good Liverpool game, entertaining, high-scoring draw on one of them.
Is that the 3-3 draw?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Moondog is saying the 82 Cup final.
That wasn't a great game, to be honest, that one.
We won a cup. We
did win a cup, but we saw the other night the winning against Norwich in 73, was it? The game itself wasn't all that good. Do we want to spend all that time watching something that's not the greatest football in the world? I don't know, maybe. The nostalgia's there, I suppose, when we see them.
It's not down to us, really, isn't it? It's down to the people that subscribe to our channel. It's down to them.
No, it's down to us because they don't know what we've got available and what we haven't. End of the day, we'll have to choose something ourselves. If it fits in with what people want, then it's good. But otherwise, you just have to trust us to put on something.
Yeah. Silly Agent says a goal fest.
Goal fests are always good.
Okay. Okay, Cooper. I've changed my mind. Let's have one with goals. And then I've just
noticed we do have that Tottenham 4-2 against Feyenoord that we were just talking about. Got extended highlights of it. I'm just trying to see what the actual quality's like. It's not the greatest quality, but you can see what's going on.
Yeah. Damn it, what was the surprise you had for us yesterday? Ah, shit, I thought you were going to forget that. I can't say. At the moment, I am sealed, mighty sealed, but it is great news for Tottenham. Let's put it that way.
If it's true.
If it's true, and if it pours out, by Jesus, we're in for a ride and a half. So, read into that what you want, Graham, but I cannot say at the moment. I apologise. I've been sworn to secrecy. Basically, who told me we'll get into a lot of trouble?
Don't even.
Yeah.
Just nothing's happening at the moment for definite. That just some rumours.
You're very diplomatic, people. I'm not.
Well, you've got to be. There's no point building it up if nothing's happening. Is there? This is what happens all the time.
You know. Yeah. Okay.
You always know at the end of the day it's Spurs, so we'll get all excited over something and it doesn't happen.
Wayne Bonner says, whatever game you put on, I'll be there. I'll be watching. Thank you, Wayne. It's very kind. Mark Cousins says here, we played Southampton in the Cup 2-0 down at time 1-6-2. See, yeah, we can get some of these games, but because they're on different YouTube channels, we have to get permission before we can use them.
If we can use them at all.
Yeah. And Duck Jive 1 is the only one that's actually given us permission to use his games.
Yeah, I've contacted several and they don't even reply. So
I contacted one fella last night who's actually subscribed to our channel called Super Tottenham. He's got loads of stuff on there. And I was looking at some of the review of the seasons. One or two of them actually are not I've got a good space between games, if you know what I mean. Especially the Jerry Francis ones and the Aussie ones as well. We've got one Aussie, 93, 94. So they've got good space between games. It's sort of like a 5 to 6 minute highlights of each game. So that's something we could do as well. Have that on in the background. So we will try and get that one for you, Mark. It's just trying to find if Duck Drive hasn't on there or if we can get permission to show that game.
Spurs 3-2 against Middlesbrough back in 88-89 season. That's going to have Gascoigne and quite a few goals. That could be a good one. It's nearly a whole game.
Yeah. We'll discuss this afterwards anyway. We'll discuss. We'll go through a few of them. We'll have a few lined up for the weekend. Had that game on hard drive. We played well. We did. Dermot laughy face. I don't like surprises. Sounds like it's worth the wait. It is, believe me. Chris again. Don't do it, Dermot. Don't do it. Moondog says, "Keep safe, guys. Hope you're both okay." Yeah, we'll be here for you lot. We ain't going nowhere. And Mr. Phil Litters as well. He'll be back this evening with us. And Spurs versus Wigan Goal Fest. Yes.
I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get that one because that will be Sky TV.
I meant the game was brilliant. For the game.
Oh, yeah.
That was a Goal Fest, that game. And then
certainly was.
Selly Agent put Defoe. Yeah. I think he got 5-6 goals that game, didn't he? Was it 5 or 6?
I've had a feeling it was quite spread out amongst the players. It's so many goals, it could well be. I'm sort of swaying towards what Mark Cousins said. If we can get that Southampton, who were 2-0 up against us in the FA Cup.
And even Carl Simpson says, "Damn Sky." I agree. It all depends what's on Doc Drive, really, doesn't it? And at the moment, that's our only source.
Trouble is with Sky, they want so much money just to view things that happened, over 20 years ago. You'd think they'd be a little bit more lax, but of course, money.
Yeah, but if one of the review seasons work out, there's a good space between games and there's good highlights. We will put a review of the season up.
Should we give that a go tonight, maybe?
Yeah. There's the 93-94 season, Aussie's first season in charge.
See how it goes. It might be awkward because, of course, you'd normally be heavily reliant on their own commentary because otherwise they've got everything pre-prepared and we'll be forced to try and have guesses at what's happening while on the fly. But if it works, it works. I mean, we can always have somebody on chat about something in the meantime as well. Just our usual roundup of things.
Yeah.
Grumble away at the fact that there's no football and the Liverpool game will probably be cancelled by then. Well,
there's no news yet about that.
Everybody's dropping like flies, though.
It is. There is no news, and I think it's ridiculous. I honestly do. I think it's bad management. There was no news at all about the games on the weekend. Very quickly, you can follow us on Facebook. We are on Instagram as well. So you can follow us on there. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in this morning. If you do want to do it, I know it's Christmas, I know things are tight, but even a little donation, it goes into the channel and makes us better so we can get more content for you. That's what the donation page is there for. So we can actually get better games for you to show on this channel to make it better. The donation thing is on the top of the YouTube channel. If you go onto the main YouTube channel, I will be putting a link up today for our Instagram page. And so we're all on there. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. So I think we'll end it there. Cooper, thank you very much for this morning. Thank you for your help.
Pleasure, mate.
We will be back today. And me and Cooper are going to start a little late show. I'll let you tell the people about that.
Well, we're talking about it, aren't we? Just done a sort of little half-hour slot late in the evening, say 11:30 or something like that, even. Just do a little roundup of what's happened in the days, and see if there's anything worth having a good grumble about, because that's what we like to do if we can.
And we'll get a few guests on for that who's ever up there at that time. Well, again, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the match this morning. We will be back later with either a review of the season 93-94 or a classic match. We're not sure. But let us know the weekend what you want us to do. Hi, Crispy. Good morning. Thank you very much. And said it, Carl Simpson said, sounds good to me as the wife's in bed and I can chill. Well, we may even start that tonight. Who knows? We'll let you know. Keep across all our social media accounts. We will let you know.
Especially if there's something crops up that's worth having a talk about, isn't it? So,
and Crispy 1882 says, "Oh, I've missed it."
Sorry, mate. Yeah, well, I suppose we started earlier than we did yesterday. So,
yeah, we'll be back to our normal time on Monday. This was just we're just seeing what it's like to start about half an hour earlier, but I think we need to stick to our 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock timer from Monday. Ben will be back with us on Monday, but please hit that notification bell. If you hit that notification bell, you will get as soon as we come on. Now, people have been having problems, so I'll leave Cooper now to explain what to do.
Well, we don't know what the problem was. It seemed to be an individual sort of case, but when the notifications are coming through, it seems to fix it when unsubscribing and then resubscribe and then set the notifications on again. It fixed the problem for some people.
But please hit that notification button and you won't miss another single episode of Tottenham Tantrum Gold. So I apologise, Crispy, this morning. We missed you. We missed you having you on this morning. So come back later. We'll be back. We'll be back later.
And once again, also give another big thank you to Simon at Duck Jive 1 for using his footage today. Because we're kind of basing our show around his material on his channel at the moment. It's because it's reliable and some of it's fun. You just don't find it on other channels.
He has got a load of England internationals on there, which I'm sort of dubiously using, but there is some classic games in there.
We should do that as the alternate World Cup in the summer.
Yeah, well, you can do that. You and Phil can do it to yourself, so I'm going to come off the channel then.
Well, there's the Irish football one we're hoping to hear back from them. We could mix them up then, couldn't we?
Yeah. Take care, selling the agent. See you later. Wayne Bonner says, "Are you on at the usual time this evening?" 5:30.
5:30. Yeah. I think we will be.
And we'll find something. Okay, thank you very much indeed, everyone, for watching. God bless you. Take care. Be safe. Look after your loved ones and look after yourselves. Wear a mask. Get vaccinated. Wash your hands. And of
course, the really important one, Levy out.